It kind of all exploded, didn't it?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
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 We jerked it around enough, it just exploded in our
Yeah.
faces.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, played with it enough.
Huh?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, whole podcast. We're going to do that. We're going to talk like this.
Yeah.
Like a shotgun on her back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. You couldn't screw without a kryptonite condom, but that would kill him.
I would kill him.
One time, my cousin Walter got this cat stuck in his ass. True story.
Oh, goddamn, my God.
He bought it at our local mall, so the whole fiasco wound
I
up
was
on
like,
the
once
news.
he starts, he has to just
Oh.
finish it. It's like me with
Yeah,
the dumb
everything?
cable guy toast in
that
medieval
go?
times. God, I haven't done it in so long.
Ah, you can't do it.
Does this thou have a mug of ale for me and my mate? He has been pitched in battle for a fortnight and has acquired a king's taste for a frosty brew that thus thou has for thus. It's the only part of the movie I liked.
Yeah.
Dumb line.
I don't know how many times I watched Mallrats, but it was a lot.
I've watched Mallrats way more than I watched Cable Guy. I can tell you that.
Yeah. What was weird about the whole me watching Mallrats thing constantly is it was at around the same time that I worked at the mall, and I was
yeah.
well, yeah, I worked
It's
at the mall.
meta.
It was. There was about a 3-month period there where I was at the mall every day,
You were. Sometimes I think we're all, rats.
just at the
I
mall.
have never worked at a mall.
No,
No.
No,
it's
I mean,
it's a weird experience.
Yeah, it seems awful.
It wasn't awful, but it's just weird to kind of like. There's like a community there.
was this when you were at Babbage's or whatever?
It was Electronics Boutique.
Okay. Were you guys like shunned from the rest of the clique of like the cool clothes store?
Pretty much, there was like this one dude that ran like this really nice clothing store that would come in
Fashion
and
mail.
it
Yeah.
wasn't well like
He has a
fashionable
shirt.
male. Yeah,
Wasn't
real cool dude.
Hypercolor shirts.
No, I
Well,
wish
but-
so.
Bunch of polo shirts.
See Cavarici.
God, I hate polo shirts.
Get into that. Those Skidz pants.
Skids.
You remember Skidz?
No, did they
Or
already
they were
come
like
with markings in the crotch or something?
Well, yeah.
No.
They were like pants that were almost like soft workout pants that had like a skid, like a tire screeching logo on them.
I don't remember that at all.
Really dumb.
They were right around Hypercolor.
Really? Man.
Yeah.
Was it Skids with a Z?
It was like
Oh,
skater
fuck yeah,
clothes,
you know
right?
what it was.
You know what it was? Oh yeah, first search when I look up Skids is Skids pants.
There you go.
Holy crap, these are awful.
They're so 80. Like, and this wasn't even 80s. This was
Oh
90s.
my god, yes, I do remember that.
This was fucking 90s.
I
Like,
do
these
remember
Oh
that
my
logo.
God, I do remember those. Those are awful.
Skids. God.
Fuck, I remember that logo. God.
Those
JC
are
Penney's had
awful.
those, I think.
They look like pajama pants.
They were.
Yeah, they pretty much
They
were
look
pajamas.
really fucking comfortable.
They were like I'm gonna order some off of eBay.
It's right around the time of, remember, used jeans?
Man, you're like a few years older than I am, so you remember the shit a little bit better than I do.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this was like, I think my probably 6th or 7th grade, so you probably like were in 4th grade.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember in 6th grade, for that year that I was in school, the style was wearing jean overalls with one thing unclasped.
I
You remember?
Yeah, I remember those couple months.
Yeah, right. That was like 6th grade. Fucking everybody wore shit like that.
Overalls look terrible on everybody.
Yeah.
There's not one person who they look good on. They're just awful looking.
I think one of my
I think-
biggest bummers was I had to wear my mom down to buy me a Hypercolor shirt, and then like the second time through the wash, it didn't work anymore. Sucked.
No, I remember
Yeah.
I wanted one so bad. I begged and begged, and then the first time I wore it, I like had to put a jacket on because the boobs turned color. The rest of it was like normal, but the boobs stayed because it was like always, against my
You could
shirt.
practically
So
hear like the whoa, whoa.
it was, and I'm in high school, so I'm like, oh my God, I have big yellow
Yeah.
circles around my
So what
boobs.
colors were it? Yellow was when it was heated up. What was the other color?
Orange.
Orange?
Yeah, the classic orange and yellow.
Which was the style at the time. No one looked good back then.
Looking terrible was the style at the time.
Yeah. Man, I don't. There was a podcast I was just listening to that was talking about like styles, about like having like different decades all had their own, like you can recognize certain decades, but like from
Style.
2000 to now, there's like you can't discern like, from year to year mostly.
No, I mean it doesn't seem to have gone through the. It seems very stable
Yeah.
versus you don't see people with French roll jeans anymore.
Oh fuck. God
I
damn.
remember my sister would make fun of me because I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, now you
do
can make
it.
fun of her because she does.
Yeah. Well,
There
no,
you
the
go.
bad thing was I was like, Amy, I'd wake her up, and my sister was a few years older than me, and she was really cranky teenager, like she's probably like 18, and I was like, will you roll my jeans?
Welcome to the fashion cast.
Yeah.
Bad fashion.
So, Skidz,
Skidz.
the sponsor of
Oh,
our
that should be. That's better than my sponsor.
of our 100th episode. You
It
could
should
you
be.
could like totally just chop something in.
I mean, seriously, my other ad was pretty good though. Mega Man brand condoms.
Yeah?
Every girl you use them on gives you a special ability to use on the next.
Like an STD.
Sure. So the whole idea was that I couldn't figure out the joke in it because Mega Man's gun is called the Buster.
Uh-huh.
So it'd be funny if there was a condom named after his Buster cannon.
Gotcha.
There's a joke in there.
It's there. It's waiting to be. You should save that for 101 and do Skidz.
Oh, there's no question.
Because Skidz is just a joke all on its own.
It's pretty amazing when you're looking through their catalog.
The Fresh Prince Skidz pants. The plaid. Skidz overalls. Skidz overall shorts. Oh my God.
Oh, they had Skidz jeans too. They broke
Yeah.
out into denim too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There's the
Yeah,
one.
you broke out if you're wearing those
There's
denims.
there's the off the shoulder.
Yeah, right there.
God.
Oh my gosh.
I had a pair of overalls.
You feel embarrassed right now,
I
don't you?
do.
You
I was
should.
the
We all
whitest
should.
motherfucker in the school wearing that shit.
You didn't think you looked good?
Oh,
you
I
don't
at the time I think I
No,
looked
in
okay.
hindsight, you don't think you look good?
Well, not in hindsight, Jesus.
Oh, okay.
In hindsight, I have like yesterday I didn't look good.
It's a very surreal moment when you just think about the shit you've done, and that.
Yeah,
No.
it is.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to go on now.
No,
Yeah.
It makes you
it's a
think
bummer.
in the future I'm going to constantly look back and have those moments
See,
of
girls generally can always get away with whatever. I mean, there's no,
well, because I mean guys typically don't put forth the same amount of effort as girls do.
No, I was just thinking actually today. I'm like, I don't know when I bought clothes last. I should probably do that.
Oh my gosh, here you go. So yeah, these chicks, this is a classic look. They look good.
Yeah. It looks like I'm watching. It feels like I'm
I'd
watching
go.
Saved by the Bell right now.
Yeah.
They do not look good.
I'd bang them though. That blonde looks okay.
They're dead.
Yeah, they're grandmothers now.
Yeah.
talk like this now, sweetie.
Fucking Grandma Burry.
Look at those pants.
Just look at it.
She has a belt with her overalls. The whole point of overalls is that you don't need a belt
Yeah.
because of the overalls
Mhm.
thing.
Well, I think there was a kid in middle school that
Yeah.
wore the overalls. He'd wear a belt and then he'd unbuckle both of the
Just-
clasps, and they would
that's-
just be flopping around.
That's
Okay.
chaos.
It was
That's
just
weird.
stupid. Yeah. All right, you want to do the
All
show
right.
thing?
I guess.
What?
This is episode 100.
I thought we were doing it. I thought this was part
Oh,
of it.
well, I'll use some
No?
of this. I'll use it. It'll
I
work.
can't wait.
Yeah, you can't.
Everybody online, looking good.
A companion podcast to the collaborative blog and gaming community that's playing as life allows. This is Multiplaying.
Well, let's start the insanity.
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Hello?
Great heavens! What kind of radio show is this?
John the Papa Schnatter couldn't make the show this week. He and Peyton Manning are having a double date with Jared Fogle and Michael Phelps tonight. But no worries. Tonight we do have Jason,
Hey,
Shannon,
Hi.
and me, Steve. What are you drinking, guys?
just bigger.
Just beer.
Just
Beer.
nameless beer.
Nameless
Generic.
beer?
Generic beer.
Big flats?
No.
No, my ass can't take that. Let's be honest.
Wow.
Nobody's
Be
can.
honest. Nah,
Wow.
I'm
It's-
not at that point anymore. I can't do that.
If you're drinking big flats, it's more about your wallet taking it than your ass.
Yeah, I can't do that. Or what was the game day? I can't do that. I don't even think I
Yeah.
can't even find that anymore.
Well, if you're putting that shit in your body, you're probably putting other really bad stuff in there too. So your ass is probably used to it at that point.
Yeah, but it's not anymore. That's a game day. Is
It's
a young,
recovered
it's a
since
young
then.
man's game. Yeah,
Game day's a young man's game.
I can't do that.
Nice. Let's get into some topics about some shit. What do we want to start with, guys?
Oh boy, we got a lot, huh?
We got a lot on the list here.
Whatever we do talk about, let's not talk about the Lego movie. I have not seen it yet.
It's so good. Oh
I
my
know
god,
you-
I loved it when.
Shut up.
But there's this part when.
Don't. I'm hoping to see it this weekend. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Heard nothing but good things. And my kids have seen the previews each like 2 or 3 times, and they have to constantly tell me, "Oh, there's this one part where Batman does this thing." I'm like, "Honey,
Shut up.
I showed you the fucking video. I
Oh,
know."
I see what you're saying.
You haven't seen the movie yet. You don't know.
Fucking
So
kids.
frustrating. Yeah.
Anyways, what you want to talk about?
Can we talk about some Tesso?
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Yes.
I had zero interest in this game, like as of this time last week, and now this week I'm in a guild, and I bought the game.
How do such things happen?
Well, let's see. Well,
Send him a Locus, Dino.
well, the NDA dropped for press.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically press, and so lots of stuff has been pouring out. The PvE still does not interest me. I'm not an Elder Scrolls fan or anything like that. I have no interest in like any of the old games, Oblivion or anything, or Skyrim or anything like that, just because I'm not a single person game player. So that doesn't do it for me. But I started hearing this just in the last couple days about the PvP element of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually people who, today specifically, it was an article by someone who didn't like the PvP, and all of their reasons as to why they didn't like the PvP made me go, yeah, more of that. I was like, oh, this sounds awesome. So yeah, my goal is to get to level 10 as quickly as possible and just head out into the PvP, because it
So
kind of
you can't participate until level 10.
just until
Right.
level 10, which doesn't seem that big of a barrier, you know.
Right.
No, from what I've seen of leveling, it's not a big deal.
Let's see. But I'm trying to get to one of the parts here that I saw. Here it is. It was on MMO Games, and Ardua wrote an article. But yeah, it was the Counterpoint article that really got me going. Yeah, because I loved Ardua's write-up, but the Counterpoint article was just like all the things that she didn't like, I did like. Things aren't close together, so you are running and running and running in space for all, across
Good.
fields and whatever for a long time. I like that. It makes the Zerg less of a controlling feature. I'm sure you're going to have Zergs. You're going to have big masses running around. I mean,
Yeah, they got more
anytime
space
you
to
are.
cover though. They got to
But
break up.
the
Or...
Zerg isn't the auto win. It's not like you can just hit everything in the Zerg and keep going around in this clockwork style. So it will require people to be more involved in the action, and by action I mean like communication with your alliance. And I think that distance will, and there's a lack of instaporting into battle, and there's like death is a big barrier. Like when you die, you have to res, back at some place that's not in combat, and without the instaporting and with all the long distances, you don't want to die. So you don't have people just smashing like waves against the door and dying and just getting auto res to get back in the action, which I like. You're gonna like death should be something that you don't want to happen to you in a battle. So I'm thinking it'll encourage smaller group tactics, patrolling teams, picking off other teams, scouting out the large areas, reporting back to like leads within the zone. It's not going to.
You just reminded me of when you said that about having like not wanting to die. It just like kind of just kicked into my brain about back playing Dark Age of Camelot when you died out on the battlefield in the frontiers.
It sucked.
It sucked.
You'd have to run all the way back.
You zoned back and you kind of went, well, shit. Do I even go back out there?
You'd have to go to the port keep, and remember they used to be on timers. You'd have to wait for those mofo mystics to come down and port like your big ass group.
Didn't they?
I know, but like it used to be a big pain in the ass.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Yeah, and I know this is all like things that are not super thrilling. You're not bouncing right back, hopping into action. It's not, it's. I'm sure people will be farming for whatever the battle honor point numbers game that's there, but it's not going to be just this rolling of points. It's going to be putting people on guard in an area that's important for them to hold. You have to, you have to hold certain points around the keep, like there's like a lumber mill and some other areas too, they were saying. And it's going to be dull at times, but the battles that do happen are going to be, I think, more exciting. And it's going to be for people who are playing like for, their alliance and not just them running out there to get points for themselves,
Right.
I know that's a weird, horrible concept in today's gaming community, but I think of this as the sandbox within the theme park. In this area is going to be this weird community where they're not throwing action after action after action after you. That's what the PvE game's for. You go over there and do your questing and get led through the excitement if you want to. But within this zone, it's what the players make happen, right?
Sounds like it.
From what I can see.
My curiosity with it is it going to be like... Is it going to be like in Dark Age that you have a server, and I mean, again, we'll call back the whole third side thing, I'm sure, but are you going to have a server that has the three sides, and two of them have vast numbers compared to the third, or one of them has vast numbers compared to the other two?
Well, there's only one server.
Okay, that's confirmed that there is only one server?
Yeah, it's a mega server.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And what they're going to do is they are going to have queues to balance the population, and I have no idea what the numbers are, but like think in theory, and this is my theory, I may have this all wrong, but they're going to control it with queues a bit. So if you have like one side that has 2,000 people playing on their side, they're not going to let like the entire PvP area fill up with just that side. They're going to put a queue on them and not on the other two, so that it stays kind of even out there.
Well, I think the max per area, the whole map too, is 1,500, right?
I've heard 1,500, 500 each.
So they could scale that. Okay, we're gonna let there's 200 people on this side, and now we're gonna let 600 maybe of one
total
faction.
Yeah, something.
So it equals 1,500. I don't know.
But I'm thinking, I mean, do you see the potential for them having to put instances of the PvP out there? Because I mean, if it's one server,
I was wondering that, and we
There's
were
something
watching
about
a video.
campaigns.
Yeah. There's something about when you warp into Cyrodiil that you can pick what faction or campaign stage you are playing in, and I don't know much about that. When they were narrating it, they were pretty vague about it. So,
But
I'm
that might be
assuming
their
that's
solution.
Yeah, I think so.
But what I really like the idea of, I don't know, the sense of community, that the potential for community that could be in play here from having like a mega server is just amazing to me. So I'm
And
excited.
then getting electing an emperor and all that.
That's
Sounds
weird.
Really interesting.
Like a player as an emperor?
Yeah, a
Yes.
player is an emperor.
No shit. I know barely anything about the game.
I know like what I've read in the last like 24 hours.
since you bought the game.
Yeah. Well, MMORPG Today came out with tons of stuff too. Quite a few articles and things about it. So, and that between that and then the MMO games articles that I read, and then quite a few YouTubes that I've been watching.
Yeah, you linked to a bunch of stuff on the forums, but I can't. I was going to read stuff on my lunch break today, but I can't go to anything from my place of employment. I can't click on any of that. So
Yeah, and I try and just use jumps now because I don't like to take. I don't want to take like a whole article and copy and paste it to our forums because
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm taking their work, even though
No.
it's just our little community reading
it's nice
it.
that you put in like some of like the meaty quote part and then link back to their article for the full story.
That's what I try to do. Like get you guys in. Otherwise, if I post a link, most people are gonna be like, I don't care.
I mean, yeah, we're not a massive
But-
community right now, but if we can at least get some hits to those people.
Yeah,
Put
like
the
I'm not
effort
trying
in
to
for the
steal
articles.
their thunder. I'm trying to get people from our community to go out to them. So
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, so I heard you posted today that you think you're getting interested, and I just want to clarify.
Yeah.
I don't think this is my next love. I think this is my dirty 1 month stand. Got it?
No. Okay.
Let's not commit to anything.
That's what she called me.
Let's just make this happen.
Is it still a sub game?
Yes.
Yeah. See, that's the one thing that's I kind of said that I'm going to wait until next month to decide if I'm going to actually buy it or not. I'm getting more on board with the ideas of the game, but I'm still, that's the sub thing is what's killing me.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And we've kind of made friends with we've always been friends with these people in these different gaming groups, and but now like this last week especially, we've kind of just made this kind of agreement where we're gonna be more cooperative, and instead of making like our individual guilds. I don't know if did we talked about this last week or not?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay. Well, for Elder Scrolls Online, we're going with House Stalwart for Stalwart Online, and they don't have like an open recruiting thing though. But
Oh, gotcha.
yeah.
So never mind.
But they're cool.
You can't join. No, they're really cool, and you can't join.
Well, it's not like that. It's like they're not a group that does open recruiting, but at the same time, they're not like exclusive. Like they're I don't know.
They're not exclusive, but you can't join.
No, it's not like that. I'm saying it all wrong. I should go to their site and read exactly what they say.
Oh, it says right here that you can't join.
It does not. Joining.
Shannon can join. But
If you want to
can't
interact with
join.
our guild and game, we could maybe run by where you're at, sign something for you.
Stalwart. Go to stalwartonline.com and click on joining if you want to read about it. It's they're never
After you click join, it says you can't.
No, it says they're never openly recruiting new people, but at the same time, they're always open to new members, and they have a certain. They
What
have
does
like
that mean?
they say actually that's the next step. What does this mean? And so they have like a joining procedure that you can go through if you're interested in joining them. They're not interested in big numbers. They just want
Good
you know,
people.
yeah. It's a lot like multiplaying in that they kind of give people a chance, but if you're a douche, you're not gonna last long probably.
Yeah.
Gonna say, which is kind of why I like them.
Which I've lasted this long, so
It's
prove
true.
that rule
There's
wrong.
a certain brand of douche, I guess.
Certain brand. Certain flavor of douche. Ugh.
I think we're done here.
We'll talk
Let's
about
talk about?
Tesso more? Or
Oh, are you guys into Titan? I've heard nothing but Titan too.
All these
Titanfall?
Titans.
Mother effing Twitter is all about Titan.
Titanfall.
I don't like it.
Like how you just refer to it as Titan.
Yeah.
That's the brand of condom that's real popular.
These Titans.
Yeah, you know what? They're bullshit. That's what they're fucking bullshit.
She wants nothing to do with them. That's a good girl.
Jason's played Titanfall.
I've played some Titanfall today. I don't want to say zero interest. I was curious about the game and booted it up today in beta, and my first match was fucking amazing. And then I did another match and it was even better. I did a third match. It was a little bit less, but it was still good. It's really, really good. I was really initially bummed when I heard it was going to be 6-on-6, but they do such a great job of filling up the field with AI that I didn't really notice right away. I started to be able to kind of tell as I went on, but the movement stuff is amazing in that game. It's got a parkour type element to it that's really easy to do, and the jumping in and out of the Titan is really, really fucking good. So I'm definitely going to pick it up.
Yeah. It almost seems like what Brink was trying to be.
I kept thinking that because Brink was one of my, I think, biggest appointments. I've thought about this. I've thought about Brink a lot lately, and I have no fucking idea why. And maybe it is because I've seen some of what they were trying to do in videos of Titanfall.
Yeah.
Fucking huge disappointment when that game came out.
Yeah, I paid full price for that game.
I think I did too. I might have got it like $10 off, but yeah.
And I couldn't play it for like 4 months because there was.
Oh, you had issues, right?
I had video card issues.
Yeah.
That game ran like shit. I don't think I actually even played it until I got a new video card.
And there was no one left playing it anymore.
And there was nobody playing it, and it still didn't run great. But
I actually thought a couple weeks ago about booting it up to see if anyone fucking plays that game.
I will say, the fucking only good thing that came out of Brink was that I got the sweetest looking hood for my sniper in TF2.
Oh, because of the game?
Because of the game, because I bought it and I used the Steam code.
Right.
There's a hood that you got for the sniper that looks kind of like the crazy dude with the bombs, has like the stitched up looking hood, like the real big fat laced stitches.
Yeah.
There's a hood that you got for your sniper, and it looks fucking great.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I got that was worth it.
Yeah, so Brink 2 is really good, guys.
Brink 2?
Yeah, Titanfall. Titans.
Titan?
Yeah.
Remember the Titanfall?
Yeah. It's fucking really, really good.
Why hasn't there been a headline for that yet?
I don't know.
Remember the Titanfalls?
It's all waiting on you.
I guess.
Yeah.
I can't write very well, but I come up with good headlines.
Yeah. That's like me. I come with vague ideas that would be good on the Onion, but I can't flesh them out.
You need to be the person that is in charge of the little like one-liner headlines.
Yeah.
Or the products.
Run with it. Yeah. I don't know. But
speaking of products, let's get an ad.
Oh, okay. I got one.
Yeah.
I actually just came in through the copy. Came through the wire here.
Yeah.
All right. This episode is brought to you by Ouya. What the fuck were we thinking? I think they're getting desperate there for sell.
It was funny. I went to Target the other day and saw the Ouya on the bottom shelf over by the PC games. And when I say over by the PC games, it wasn't really with the PC games. It was over next to them a little bit, underneath a bunch of like. It was underneath a bunch of like keychains and like Mario keychains or
just
whatever.
Bullshit.
Just total bullshit stuff. And then way at the bottom shelf, Ouya.
Where was this at?
At Target.
Wow, I'm amazed. They fucking. That's weird. Do they have it next to the N-Gage?
Side talking. No. It is episode 100. We did not mention that in the front of the show, but
We
yes,
started
this is
jumping into things, you know,
yeah.
and
We're just kind of bullshitting this show.
Did you guys ever? You guys know
just
we're
this one
keeping
though.
with the quality that you expect.
pretty much. Do you guys know who Bill Burr is?
No.
Stand up. I think Shannon, you know him if you've heard him.
Let me look him
But
up
he
if I
does a
saw him, maybe.
podcast every week. Yeah, he's really funny. But he.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Do you really?
Huh?
Do you really?
Yeah, I looked him up. I know who you're talking
Oh,
about.
okay. So I was listening to his podcast a couple of weeks ago, and he was doing his advertisements, and he does this periodically. I've noticed where, like, he was doing this advertisement for this company that made some sort of weird granola health food that had chocolate in it, and he's in midway through reading it, and he just goes like on this 10-minute tirade about how if you really want to lose weight, you should eat vegetables and not this bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he tries to go back to the advertisement, and he's kind of like, "Oh God, it's not going to work out well." And the next week, he's like, "Yeah, they're done with me."
Do you listen? I think you were the one that originally mentioned it to me, but my brother and me.
Yeah,
I
periodically I listen to him less now that I don't, now that I work at home. I used to listen to them at work.
I started listening to it finally, just maybe a month or so ago, and I think it was just a couple episodes ago when the guys on there they actually do have for real ads, unlike us. Which I have a side note about that in a minute, but I like how they were reading the one and they went off on some weird skit almost of whatever ad they were talking about, and then kind of came back to it with. I'm really surprised that we don't get called out by the sponsors on what we say on this.
Well, and Bill Burr also does something where he'll go into his reads and he'll actually be serious about them. And whenever he's done, he's got to be like, "I fucking crushed those reads." He's just like so proud of himself.
Oh God. No, what's funny is I messaged Shannon today. I went on the Libsyn thing just to kind of see what the downloads were for last week's show. She's already left. And when I was on there, the Libsyn has like this nice new dashboard. It looks real spiffy. And I clicked when I was on there, I noticed they had a little advertising page. I'm like, well, I wonder what because it was always kind of a joke to me that we do this for free. We actually, or I shouldn't say we, you guys pay for the hosting of the show, for the Libsyn hosting. But I always thought it would be hilarious to do fake ads, so that's why we started doing them. And I was like, well, if I was to be for real, what kind of advertising options are there through Libsyn? And I went on the page to see, is like, okay, what do you have to fill out? How does that whole thing work? How do they get advertisers for it? And it just kind of says up front, yeah, the actual quote was, typical payment for ad campaigns is cost per thousand based and means that you get paid a certain amount per 1,000 downloads of an episode containing an advertisement. This largely dictates why we require a producer to have at least 10,000 US downloads per month in order to be included in advertising proposals.
So, we're not far off now.
We're close.
Getting there. Getting there.
We're close. Speaking of podcasts,
Advertisers line up.
Speaking of podcasts, have you guys listened to Battle Bards?
No, what's that?
Okay, Mogsy and Gypsy Sill and Sip do this podcast called Battle Bards, and I've seen it, like, people mention it a couple times on Twitter, and I was kind of searching, but I never really was in the market at the time. You know what I mean? It's one of those things, like, to do the search on iTunes, you have to be pretty freaking A-bored.
Yeah.
So,
Be sure
the
to
other
rate us on
day-
iTunes. But anyway, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. The other day, I was pretty freaking A-bored. So I was looking for new podcasts, and I thought, well, I'll check that one out. So I searched for it, and it's an entire show about MMO music, which sounds dull,
Mhm.
but I have listened to like 8 episodes, like, in the last couple of days. Like, it's really good. They play a clip of the music, and then they'll have like a show theme. Like, the one show is taverns, or they'll do like a whole show on like Lord of the Rings Online or something. You know what I mean? And they each pick a few of their favorite selections based on the theme, and
Yeah.
they play part of that, and then they discuss it, and they play part of it and discuss it, and talk about why it doesn't work for each of them. And it's really good.
Cool.
I really recommend it. It's really good for, um, it's good car music or car podcasting, driving. I have a long commute, so works for me.
Nice.
How that goes.
Check that out.
You know how that goes, Jason?
Yeah. It's sometimes like it's rough this morning. I woke up and I had my work laptop just sitting to the side of the bed and I just turned it on.
Gotta be careful of the ice.
Yeah, it's killer.
I hate him so much.
Sometimes it's like I gotta pee right away. I gotta get up and carry my work laptop in the bathroom.
Well, I mean, okay. You work from home now. When you go to the bathroom, do you think, "Oh, I'm getting paid for doing this"?
I think that when I'm at work.
I know, but he's at home, so does he still think that?
Oh, I see.
No, it's weird now.
Is it weird when you get paid to masturbate?
Well, I don't know.
Was it weird before?
Yeah, I don't know what the difference is. No, it's weird. The weird part now is whenever I'm doing things like going to the bathroom, I'm thinking like, I got to move my mouse for 15 minutes so I don't go idle.
He's got like a yardstick in the bathroom.
No, I have realistically, I've looked into buying a baby swing that plugs in to an outlet so I could just put it and my mouse into it so it would move the mouse as it swung and I could just leave.
Oh my god.
But that, like, I'm really worried, like,
Slurms. Steve?
Yep.
Once
Yep.
I pull that trigger,
Shannon.
there's no coming back from that.
Steve, you gotta help me. I married Homer Simpson.
I
Where's
wash
the
myself with a rag on a stick. Now I'm wondering, like, could you, if you're at work, but not necessarily you working from home, but anybody at work, and if you masturbate into a like sterile cup and then take it to sell it to a sperm bank, could you like get like double duty paid for that shit?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Wow.
They don't know.
Why did I not think of that? But until now,
You're a genius.
Where do you sell your sperm?
Sperm banks.
They buy
fucking
it?
anywhere.
I don't know.
Yeah, they buy it.
People line up for this.
I don't.
Yeah, they want this.
It's been a good show so far. So
Yeah.
I just want to point that out.
100.
Move on.
I
guess.
did drink earlier, so
We didn't talk
that's
about what
why
you
I'm
were
tired
having.
right
God
now and
damn
why
it.
I'm doing a bad job hosting.
You were terrible.
See, this is why
Terrible.
this is why I don't drink.
It's because the problem is you stopped earlier. You didn't keep going.
It was just before the podcast.
Well, where is it now?
I'm gone. It's in my belly.
Well, you're terrible.
I had what the hell was it
Good
called?
God.
Frangelico.
I don't know.
It's like a hazelnut liqueur.
Okay. That sounds sugary.
It's not as sugary. Well, it's probably just as sugary as Di Serono, but a little bit less alcohol. So I'll stick with the Di Serono.
Okay.
But anyways,
We should
let's
get wrapping
talk
up.
crazy.
No, well, let's get crazy.
Let's get crazy. Crazy
Okay.
like John Smedley.
Okay.
That's pretty fucking crazy.
That is pretty
It's
crazy.
not crazy. You guys are mean.
I'm not being mean.
He's
He
crazy
is.
in a good way.
He is honest.
I appreciate it. I don't want him to stop.
He's candid.
And
Impulsive. Yeah.
he called the Rhode Island governor an idiot for his past comments about 38 Studios' work on the never-released Amalur MMO Project Copernicus.
I think you should read the exact quote.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, he did reply to, I think, MMORPG Twitter saying, that's not what I said, guys, but he did not elaborate. He did not clarify what he said from what I saw. So, who knows?
I thought
I
I
had-
posted it.
He said, I had the good fortune of seeing the game excuse me. Let me start from the beginning here. Via Polygon.com, they said, Sony Online Entertainment President John Smedley called out Rhode Island Governor Lincoln Chaffee on
Just go
Twitter
right
last
to his
night.
blog. I mean, it's right on his blog.
Well, I don't want to do that.
Oh, okay.
What is his blog?
Smedley.com. Smeds.com.
J Smeds.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it was his blog post on his actual blog, and it was basically more talking about how the governor was his influence, was rather thoughtless and had a big hand in discrediting the project, and pretty much kind of caused a lot of funding issues in the way that people kind of just heard that guy's belief and then didn't give funding to the project. So
if you go to johnsmedley.com, it's actually all about clothing, so I think I got the wrong thing.
Well, I think that's him.
That's his true passion.
But yeah, I think the word idiot was actually used in there, but I mean, he elaborated on, the fact that this person's like kind of thoughtless comments caused.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, the way the whole thing went down was that right when 38 Studios was being was in the point of needing funding, like kind of last minute, because they ran out of money and they needed more money, and they were trying to get more money from the Rhode Island government. I don't know if Lincoln Chaffee was a new governor at the time, but basically said things that made investors and made the people the government of Rhode Island, the state government of Rhode Island, kind of back away from the whole project and caused them to close shop.
Yeah. So if you believed in the project, you might think that person is a short-sighted individual.
Yeah, and according to John Smedley, he said that one of the quotes he had was that he had the good fortune of seeing the game. It looked great.
Kurt Schilling has some really bad luck. Did you hear he got diagnosed with cancer recently?
Yeah, jeez.
I've also heard he's a complete dick in real life. But I'm just saying.
Wow!
Those things are separate. I'm just trying to bring you.
He has had
the
bad
whole
luck.
story.
This guy on a podcast is calling him a complete
morning,
dick.
No, not tomorrow morning. The next day when this goes live, Kurt Schilling's gonna be like, and now for my favorite podcast, Multiplaying. Oh.
He'd be like, oh, snap, a new episode. Let me sit down.
He's got this really weird accent one.
I'm really kind of bummed.
Oddly English.
Cancer, and I want this pick me up. 100th episode. Finally.
They made it.
Oh, I believed him the whole way. But there's some podcast.
Seriously, Kurt, that bloody sock was cool. I don't know. There's 10, didn't?
Oh, yeah.
The 2004 World Series. Okay, never mind.
Man, we should move on. This is a downer. We got to get going because we are 1 minute away from Hearthstone.
Oh, shit, that's right.
Yep, shit. Let's move it along, host.
All right, well, I told you I drank. This is why I don't do that. But what I do sometimes is watch Arrow.
You
Yeah?
do?
Yeah, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. I asked if I should watch it, and you kind of went, eh.
Yeah.
And then I started watching it.
Get to the second season.
Kind of. The acting in that show is fucking horrible.
I hate Laurel so much.
I hate everybody.
No, you gotta like Felicity.
Who's Felicity?
Oh, wait, so you meet
The
Felicity.
IT girl.
Oh, you're gonna
The
like
what?
Felicity. The IT girl.
The blonde IT girl. She,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Smoke.
Yeah, Felicity Smoke. She
Okay,
becomes a
I never
regular
caught the first name.
later, but yeah.
Yeah, she's actually pretty good. I will say that.
She's like yeah.
And I told Jason last night the mom's pretty good too.
Ooh, she's a bitch.
She's
Yeah.
good though.
She's good.
She's interesting.
Only-
They do interesting stuff with her character.
Only thing I don't like about her is
The thing on her lip?
fucking mole on her lip.
People
Yeah,
have shit.
what is
That's
that?
a new thing in TV. Like, you gotta have
I-
shit on your lip if you're a chick.
Shit.
The daughter does too.
His daughter
Who?
has one too.
The daughter's got the worst fucking Bucky Beaver teeth.
But
she's
she's
also
got a
got shit
finger
on her
lip
lip.
too.
Does she?
Yeah.
I just can't get past the teeth and the whole her talking through her 2 front teeth.
Yeah.
I never.
I like her more as
that's
it goes
it.
on, but yeah, she does have a speech impediment. I mean, you of all people should be your
Yeah,
wife.
I
Yeah.
pick up on that shit way too easy.
You should be understanding. It's not her fault.
No, I'm not understanding. She should have got that shit
Fuck that
fixed.
shit.
No, well, as a person who is the son of a speech therapist and the husband of another speech therapist, they should have got that shit fixed.
Well, not all people can be
Well,
raised by a
yeah,
speech
I
therapist.
guess, yeah.
She wasn't a speech
people
therapist
sound
until
like
I was
Ray
out of
Romano.
high school.
Well, whatever. Anyway, what are you thinking of it so far?
Um,
Do you like Diggs? Diggs is cool. I like Diggs.
Diggs is all right.
He grows on you. You'll,
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
give him more to do, but he's still, even the second season, he doesn't have enough.
Yeah. I like the show, and Jason's hearing this for the second time, which always makes me have to, for some reason, qualify it because there's someone that's already heard me say this. But I like it in that I feel it plays like a comic book in the fact that there is enough intrigue from show to show. Like, shit happens in a show, and then there's always something that's probably going to happen in the next show that you want to fucking find out what's going on. But it's sometimes almost unbearable to watch because of the bad acting.
Yeah, the acting does
I-
get better overall, but
but I
certain
still,
parts still suck.
I still can't ever say it's good, but I won't miss an episode if that makes any sense. Like
It-
No, same
There's
exact.
something-
Yeah.
there's something about it I really love, but I can't say it's because it's so awesome or because you know what I mean. It's like
Right.
it's this guilty pleasure, I guess.
Yeah, and even the second season, so much more. There are far better shows. Like we are still loving Justified and watch that.
Oh, Justified's so good.
But I think Arrow is the most enjoyable show that we watch.
It's got a soap opera quality to it that you want to keep watching.
Yes, and it gets much, much better. And the second season is so far amazing.
Cool. Well, I look forward to it.
Good.
Cool. We're gonna call it there. I don't have a quiz tonight. I was gonna do
All right.
another. We're working with the name. Do we either call it Dead or Alive? You're COMing with me, or do we call it Are We Dead Yet?
I like Are We Dead Yet better.
Okay, well, all right, we can use that for next week.
But we
I
used to
don't-
call it Dead or Alive, but yeah,
Yeah, I think we'll go with Are We Dead Yet?
I like Are We Dead Yet.
Um,
Okay.
And I also don't have anybody playing for next week's show. Is there anybody that you want me to try to get?
Can we get Bill Cosby? Because I want to know what happened to Pudding Pops.
I want to know why he just started beating up that little person in that video. No?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's this video where he just goes nuts on this little person.
All right. Well, next
Yeah,
week.
I'll share. I'll send the link. to
Okay.
it.
Well, yeah. Next
Yes,
week we'll
Steve,
we'll
you
be
book it. We'll
next
take
week
care
we'll
of that.
have Bill Cosby so we can question him on his hate of little people
And find out about Pudding Pops.
and find out about Puddin' Pops.
Bill Cosby beat into Google. It comes up, autofills up a midget. So I'm just saying. Okay.
All right, we gotta go.
We'll get to that next week.
Well, gentlemen, no point in hanging around this dump any longer.
Wait! Where are you going? I was gonna make espresso.
Show's over, folks.
You can't go! All the plants are gonna die. Take off, eh?
Thanks for listening to Multiplaying, the companion podcast at multiplaying.net. Questions, comments, feedback, errors, etc. can be sent to multiplaying@gmail.com. We invite you to write a review on iTunes and visit our website at www.multiplaying.net.
We've made a lot of friends, shared a lot of laughs, often at the expense of others.
I think some people are going to be upset.
Let me just close this conversation by saying you are one unique individual.
Thank you and good night.